Okay, here's a little bit of behind the scenes of how I've got my worm bins set up. It starts off down here with these two dollies. They're four-wheel moving dollies from Harbor Freight. And then there's sitting on top of those are mortar mixing bins that you can get from the hardware store. And those are used to create a moat. And this bin here, this lower bin, let me go down a little bit, maybe it'll be easier to see that. This lower bin here is exactly like it came from the store. Just gotta kind of move over. The one on top of it has holes in the bottom. They're very small holes for drainage, but then all of the worms won't escape through, but it's enough for liquid to drain. And then these upper holes here are ventilation holes. Also down on the bottom, to lift that other bin that's stuck down inside there are pieces of 1.5-inch PVC pipe that go all the way across here. That's what gives it its lift. And then there's enough space down there for the liquid to drain. But that has to be checked because it'll fill up all the way up to here if it's not checked frequently. So it does have to be, it's something that has to be maintained. And then inside this bin here, I always put some of those mosquito dunks because down in Florida here, they will find water everywhere, and it'll fill the porch up with mosquitoes if I don't do something like that. It's a pretty simple setup for the bins. And then on this one side, I get the afternoon sun coming in. So I have either a piece of cardboard or plywood, whatever happens to be handy at the time, just to act as a sunshade. Then once those are, what I do is move those from there over to here. And then I have that tripod set up, usually like I have the tripod usually set up there. Then I'll pull that bin down into here, make all the adjustments, make the video, and then move on to the next bin. Okay, that was just a little tour behind the scenes. Here's bin 2 back at September 7th, 2018, which would have been the last update. Hasn't been much to note. There's no foul odors coming from here. Nobody's trying to escape. It seems like there's a good balance of food to worms so that nothing is getting out of balance. We do have the occasional frog like is seen here, which is nice because we can show the frog instead of the horrible out of focus footage that I have here. The other thing that's also noticeable is how much better the footage turns out with that dark black glove there it's a matte black. It sure seems to help with all that high reflectivity that was going on with those yellow gloves before. I guess the next thing I'm going to do here is just add some food. After we finish our high-speed feeding session here, we'll take a quick look back into September 7th, 2018, and then move into the present. Alright, here we are at bin 3. We'll go down in here. It's been a long time since I've done a video on this bin, mostly because there's not been a lot going on in here. I've just been putting the normal table scraps in here, nothing out of the ordinary. There's really been nothing to report except just watch the pile go down. You can see the remnants of the avocado. I just left those in there to rot naturally. Here's some cantaloupe, and then there's part of a potato skin in there. As we watch the speed feeding continue, I'll note that I've added baked potatoes back into the mix to see what would happen. and also some ground vanilla bean. That should make things interesting over the next few weeks. This is Unit 13. I'm out. Hey, it's Unit 13. Don't forget to stop by the blog, because I always forget to put something in the video. And when I do, you'll find it there.